The chopper. Our weatherman Phil Hawkins is making his way into the chopper now because he's going to be our eye in the sky. He's going to take a look over the track where the Bloodhound SSC is going to attempt to set a new world record, a new land world record in 2016. So that's going to be happening only in 2 years' time. Next year, the Bloodhound is going to be arriving in the Northern Cape for the very, very first time. And they think that they'll go over 800 miles per hour, which would break the current land speed record, which is just over 763 miles per hour, which was set by the driver of the Bloodhound SSC, Andy Green. It was also the very first mark to go over the supersonic sound barrier. Now, the track that Phil's going to be showing us a little bit later on, they had to remove 20,000 tons of stone to make it as flat and firm as it is, where they are going to be actually doing the world record. Now, this is the fact that the community actually removed all those stones is the reason why I've got with me the DG of the province, Advocate Justice Bekebeke. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, ma'am, and morning to your viewers.
This is quite a feat and it's quite a thing to be happening here in this community, and they've really gotten involved over the last 6 years, taking out 20,000 tons of stones.
Yes, definitely indeed. I think just to give you a perspective, in Kimberley we dug a deep hole with our hands, and this is what we did also here in Hakskeen Pan, using our hands to remove close to 20,000 tons of stone.
What does this Bloodhound Project actually mean for this community?
It means quite a lot, you know. Just to give you a little bit of perspective, this community here resides in more or less 12,000 square kilometers of land, which we have 0.3 person per square kilometer, compared to in Gauteng, where you have 450 people per square kilometer. But also, when you look at our unemployment rate, it stands to just over 60%, between 60 and 70%. So this project meant that at least there's just over 500 people over the period that have been employed to clear this track over here.
Tell us a little bit about the economic impact, because I mean, with such a high unemployment rate, to have a global project like this come here, I mean, that must have been a welcome relief for provincial governments.
Yes, indeed. You know, when we look at the number of unemployed people here and over the 4 year period, when you take 500 people, those 500 people can be multiplied by at least another 5 people or 4 people that they are going to be supporting at the end of the day. This is sustainable livelihood for the people of this area. But over and above that, for the past 2 years, we've been having the land speed record. Actually, not just the land speed record, speed week over here. And during that week, we are having thousands of people from all over the world coming to test their cars here. And that also gives the local entrepreneurs an opportunity to show their wares and to sell their wares.
Now, a big thing about the Bloodhound Project, they call it an engineering adventure. So they've gotten schools and young scientists, young mathematicians all around the world to get involved in this project. Is it something that is an educational spin-off here in South Africa, and especially here in this community?
I can definitely assure you that is the first major spin-off. We've got one, actually a secondary school here, that has been partnered with a school in Bristol, who they have a direct communication on each and every time there are educational classes. But definitely for science, technology, maths, and I think those are the subjects that we want our learners to really grapple, actually take them over and see to it that in future we do have engineers coming from this area. It's of no use having the Bloodhound time trials here and the learners from this area do not benefit thereof. Definitely not just for this area, but for the whole province. We've got over 80 schools that have already started our Dinaledi project, and they are engaged with science, technology, mathematics and engineering.
Do you find that as a Northern Cape government, because Hakskeen Pan is in a very small community in the Meer municipality, but have you found that there's actually been a spin-off in terms of tourism and people becoming a little bit more interested in the Northern Cape?
Definitely. If you were here during the 20th and 27th of September, This was a beehive of activity. We had people from all over the world, all over the country. They do know the area. We've got Kalahari Transfrontier Park, which is 120 kilometers around here. And just for people who know geography, we are standing at the apex where we've got the northern, actually South Africa, Namibia and Botswana on the other side in one small area. I can within 2 minutes walk around all three of those countries within the next, within 2 minutes time.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much. That's the DG of the Northern Cape, Advocate Justice Bekebeke, chatting to us about the economic as well as educational spin-offs, not only here for the community that's directly affected, but also for the Northern Cape provincial government. We're going to be back here from Hakskeen Pan. So if you do have access to Channel 404, please do turn over now. Let's go back to the studio.